So is this gonna be our last video with your hair?
I don't know. Don't get the people excited.
Oh!
We don't know what can fall through. Things can change.
I mean, you said it's Saturday, isn't it? I mean, is it?
I have to wait for my coworker to confirm and cover my shift.
Okay.
We don't know what can fall through.
There is a possibility. This is the last time you'll see Matt Steele with that hair.
As Beyonce has taught us, sometimes you can have things planned and then, whoops, got pregnant with twins.
Welcome back to 2 Gay Mads. It's Matt Palmer.
It's Matt Steele.
Beyonce.
I mean, all of our videos for this month are going to be about Beyonce.
I mean, until Taylor's song comes out, then yes.
Song or album or whatever.
It's not an album. It is no, it is not an album. So Beyonce, as we mentioned in our last video, announced that she was putting out something called Homecoming. The day we put up our video actually is when the trailer for Homecoming came out. It was described as an in-depth documentary on the making of her earth-shattering Coachella performance from last year, Beachella. The day has come. The actual film has been released, as well as a 40-track album available on Spotify and iTunes now.
Bitch.
And it's just like...
The frustrating thing about that, I tried watching it at midnight.
Which is crazy.
But I was like, I'm just gonna listen to like the first couple of tracks of the live album, and I was just dancing around with it so much. No, I was just like, I got through half the album, and I was like, oh, it's 1 in the morning. I should start.
I mean, you can only blame yourself. And the thing is, you watch it, and it's truly a concert film with some documentary footage spliced in. So it's not like really 2 hours and 17 minutes of the making of Beachella. It is the full Beachella performance and all of its live and beautiful HD glory.
Both Beachella performances edited in between.
We'll get to it. It is a concert film, and then a beautiful and amazing concert film, but also like a look behind the camera, and you see rehearsal footage, you see them putting it all together, you see the 3 sound stages that Beyonce has blocked off for 8 months of rehearsal.
One entirely for her designers.
Yes! Just like throw clothes on the ground. Wow. She was preparing for 8 months for this performance. It's just...
These people were holding this secret for that long.
Could you imagine? I mean, I guess if you sign a Beyonce NDA, you really have to...
Oh, I will never speak to my family for a year. I would be like, family, I'll be back.
I can't tell you what I'm doing. Truly, like, I can understand some people maybe were disappointed because they'd rather see a documentary than the concert footage. I was thrilled. If I could have chosen what this was going to be, I would have chosen this. Everything I want from that Beyonce performance is given to us here. I needed to see it in HD. I needed to hear the songs in full quality.
Wanted to see that second day. See what that looked like with a whole new costume.
And when Crazy in Love is going into, I believe, Back That Ass Up, and that's when you first see everyone's fucking sweaters and Beachella hoodies turn from yellow to pink. That cut is the most impressive cinematic moment of all time.
Of all time. Of all fucking time. Because that part is just like one of the best moments in general of all time. Like when that happened, I remember just melting into the couch here.
Yes.
And I always just rewatch that part all the time. Whenever I watch, like, I'm like, I'm gonna watch a little bit of Beachella. It's like once I get to that part, I'm just like,
that's what I needed.
And then to add that on top of it, like Beyonce, that was your idea.
Yeah, I mean, that is something that is just hammered home more and more as time goes on, and especially in the behind the scenes documentary footage that's interspliced is everything Beyonce does is her idea. Like, the people who get mad at Beyonce for being nominated for Album of the Year, and it's like, well, look at all those co-writers, look at all those producers. It's like, guys, she's the visionary. She's the one directing the ship. Like, she's telling them what to do.
Yes! That's sort of my argument all the time when people are like, oh, they don't write their own music or whatever. It's kind of just like, movie directors don't hold their own cameras.
Right.
Movie directors don't build their own sets. They're the ones telling everyone exactly what they want and what to do. They're the ones guiding everyone.
Yes.
So they are the artists. They are the one. It is their movie. It is Beyonce's vision. It is Beyonce's everything. Beyonce is the artist.
Speaking of the moment in which Beyonce is telling the crew, she's like, I am up there on that stage and I feel the energy and it's so amazing. It is not coming through on camera. And we're about halfway there and I have more notes, but I'm not going to give those notes until my previous notes have been implemented.
I wrote it down. Until I see some of my notes applied, it doesn't make sense for me to make more. There are notes every time because there's always something we can improve upon.
Jesus Christ.
Absolutely.
I mean, as people who can tend to be perfectionists in their art, it really resonated with both of us. And just imagine working for Beyonce, knowing that she's putting on a performance that is like culturally relevant and like draws from history and like is making a statement, and she's telling you you're not doing your job well enough.
Why are my notes not being
Why
applied?
are my notes?
I can relate to that. For my movie, I've just made like 100-something sound notes on the first sound pass, and I watched Beachella. It ended at like 3:30 in the morning, and I was like, I should go to bed, but like, I got an email saying the second sound mix is available, and so I was just like, would Beyonce go to bed? She would not. She would stay up and watch the entire second pass.
She has 3 kids.
And she has 3 kids.
We've also already have a video of the performance and like our reviews of it, but just I must say, in listening to it and watching it again, that I Care performance is truly and like of course she has more like visually stimulating performances. She's not really moving, she's just sitting there and all the like majorettes are dancing behind her, but like vocally, what the marching band does with that song,
what those dancers are doing during the na-na-na-na-nas, it's beautiful.
Stunning.
It is art.
It
is everything. And I had people texting me just being like, I don't understand what's so great about Beyonce. It's like,
I hate that.
And they always say like, no one's been able to explain it to me yet. And it's just like, what was the last Beyonce thing you have consumed?
Right.
You know, and they're just like, I don't know, Halo.
This is like, we don't have anything to talk about.
And I'm like, no, you're a lost cause. If you aren't gonna keep up, then you don't deserve to.
Yeah, you don't deserve
to be waving in the distance.
And it's like, I can tell you I'm receiving this text message from a person who has just been reading articles about her and has not sat down and watched this. Now you have no excuse not to watch this. This isn't even eliminated. We had to buy it, get HBO Go. Everyone has fucking Netflix. Everyone is stealing someone's Netflix password. Sit your ass down and watch it from start to finish and never ask that question again.
Shut up, lawnmower.
Shut up, lawnmower. You need to be watching Beyonce. We all do. Honestly, I feel like, and not to shade anyone else, we love all artists, but there are new artists that are getting, you know, lots of sales and people are making big hubbubs about, and I'm like, Matt Steele, should we review this? Should we listen to this? Should we care? But I try to get through it and it's just like, I don't care. I watch them perform and I don't care. I am so unmoved. And then and the thing, part of me is like, maybe that's just a part of growing up and you get older and like
of
people.
Of course, we're not young.
We're not young anymore and like that's fine. But whether or not we were young, if a young artist that made music I didn't really care about put on a show with the precision and the attention to detail and like just the amount of love and hard work that is pouring out of Beyonce's pores and every step, I would have nothing but respect for them. And I talk about them on this channel, and I have yet to see it.
Ooh.
I have yet to see it.
Of course, like Beyonce has an excuse, like she has 20 years of building up that empire. She has the budget for it. She has the power for it.
But Beyonce at least was trying. We saw that Beyonce Experience tour. She didn't have the full budget at that time.
Yes.
She was doing a lot with her facial tics at that moment, but she was.
I mean, you know, as one for a facial tic.
Well, hopefully you'll tone those down too at some point. But she was trying.
And that goes to show, whatever you do, you can't half-ass it, you can't 3/4 ass it, you can't 9/10 ass it.
No.
You need to be in it 100%, and that is exactly what Beyonce does.
Yeah.
And it's just so admirable, whether you like the music or not, whether you're mad that she doesn't write her own songs, whatever. You have to admire that about her.
She works her ass off. The work ethic, the performance ability, the fact that every time she does anything, she makes it an event. What you get from this documentary is like you see how she said she was 218 pounds when she was giving birth to those twins, and then she comes back to rehearsal
after C-section.
After emergency C-section, she goes back to rehearsal and she's like, I don't even know. I had my muscles cut open, and I'm still going to try to learn this hard-ass choreography. And she's like, I'm not getting it. My mind's not the same, my body's not the same, but I'm going to come here every day until I get better and better and rebuild myself from the ground up with 2 newborns at home, with the Queen Blue, who can do the choreography all by herself. Sing, lift every voice, and sing if she fucking felt like. You watch her watching the performance and giving notes and being on that microphone and being like, I'm so happy we're all here, I love all the energy, that was a little janky, but we're gonna do it again. And the thing is, she could be such a malevolent leader and be like, that was so fucked up, and like, you don't know where you are, like I am Beyonce, but it's like everyone in that room already has that voice inside of them already knowing that they're working with Beyonce. They're like, this is for Beyonce, she's the most important artist of our generation, the most important artist alive. I can't fuck this up. So all she has to say is like, it was a little janky. And
the thing with Beyonce is you can tell she treats everyone as a human being, you know, she understands everyone's flaws and she talks about it in the video, like she wanted people with flaws, she wanted people with all different body types and everything. She didn't want just machines, she wanted individuals, and I think that's so amazing. She talked about how she handpicked each individual dancer and person. Amazing. Could you imagine being handpicked?
And she's like, there are going to be 200 people on stage and I want them all to have character and I want them to all be
and they do. You watch, like, of course you watch Beyonce, but you really do watch individual people and you pick out your favorites. It's so amazing.
Obviously, the cultural impact, hearing about her talking about going to Battle of Bands and wanting to go to an HBCU when she was younger. She did her research. I wonder how much like HBCU marching band footage she watched, how many like halftime performances from those kind of colleges she watched just to prepare. She's like, I know the statement I want to make. Every detail, every fucking glitter piece on a costume, all the colors we've picked, I picked them for specific reason. And to have such a vision for this performance, because you could argue, if you were an idiot, that Beyonce's performance before, it's like the Formation World Tour, there were giant screens, there was water, costume changes everywhere, and this is just like, no, we're having stands. Pyramid stands. We're in one area, and this is going to be the most dynamic thing you've ever seen.
Oh yeah, it was such a simple vision, but like such a unique vision that was so specific, and you knew exactly what she was going for right away, and just iconic because what musician is doing that?
It's just incredible that at this stage in her career, this is what she chooses to highlight. She's so respectful of her history and wanting to show it to the world, and so proud, and just a beautiful black performer. And it's just like, why everyone was so shocked when she performed Formation at the Super Bowl halftime, I'll never understand. Like, what has given you any reason to think that Beyonce has been shy about her blackness? But sweetie, she's here to stay, so get ready.
Next album coming.
That's the thing also, Beyonce has to be putting out something. This is a commercial for a tour. This is like, if you have not seen Beyonce in your lifetime, you must. And a tour, I imagine a tour announcement is coming in the next 2 months, and I imagine an album is coming by the end of the year, because she's also putting Lemonade on streaming services with the poetry.
That's all I want. That's all I want, because I'm sick of like listening to my Spotify shuffle and be like, you know what, I'm in the mood for Lemonade. Let me go to iTunes and just listen to Lemonade. And now we get also the poetry.
That was always what I wanted, even just from the album. It's like, I want the poetry, I want Worcestershire, I want Beyonce speaking to me, and we're getting it next Tuesday on the 3-year anniversary.
What will you do now that you have
Yes! And I feel like she wouldn't be dropping all of this stuff to remind the world how fucking spectacular she is unless there's new shit coming. It's been 3 years, people. You just saw my last video. I don't want to get too excited about new music. I never do. But there's just no way in my mind that this is not all a commercial for like, hey, you see what I can do live? Hey, you can see what I can do. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to follow us on Twitter and Instagram at 2GayMats and at MattPowerMusic.
And it's Matt Steele.
And if for as little as $1 an episode, you can get a bonus video from us every week by going to patreon.com/2GayMats. Thank you to our iconic patron, Adam Parnell. We love you, King. Great vocals, by the way. Great vibrato. We know that because we all interact in Patreon. Join us. And we'll be back soon with another brand new 2GayMats.
Bye, guys.
Bye.